Yo, welcome back. It's your boy, Pat Artist. We back with another BFF. This is one of my longtime actual BFFs. Your boy, Todd Bagwell. Coming in hot. Coming in hot with them Blue Mountain State. Them Coors Light.
That's right.
Ooh, shit. Look at them blue. Look at it. You gotta rub it. You know, you gotta rub them.
Mountains blue, baby.
Oh, bro, I got that. Look, this shit is tall as my fucking mic. Anyway. Yeah, so ooh. Me and Todd been good God, bro. What am I gonna do with this thing?
Cheers, dude.
Oh yeah, cheers on that one. So we're talking about the Blue Mountains on this one, but I'm gonna pour it into this glass. Try to see the color. I mean, you haven't seen.
I'm going straight from the can.
Yeah,
just like I do every day, straight from the can.
I know. I want you to see how clear this shit is. You can see me through this motherfucker.
Oh, I know it.
That's crazy.
But any domestic that's comparable to Coors Light is gonna be that way.
This is that perfect beer pong beer. You know what I'm saying?
Duh. That's what I think of.
Oh yeah.
Whenever I think of this beer.
All right. So before we get into a little bit about me and Todd, give you some facts on this Blue Mountain, on these Coors Lights. All right, there's a 4.2, so it's nothing. This is that water, bro.
That's right.
And is brewed
hydration.
In a couple. Yeah, this is a hydrate while you dehydrate type of shit. And it's brewed in a couple places. So it's brewed in Golden, Colorado, Albany, Georgia, Elkton, Virginia, Fort Worth, Texas, Irwindale, California, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. First produced in 1978. Bro,
good stuff. Straight from the Rockies. That sweet golden Colorado water.
Fun fact: the Canadian version of Coors Light is only a 4.0.
Canada. That's surprising. I would think up there they would really want alcohol.
A little bit warmer. Yeah. Get your body warmed up. So parent company, Molson Coors Beverage Company. And in Australia, Coors Light is labeled as Coors.
I like
just
it.
Coors, just Coors. It's kind of interesting. This is weird. This beer was in the 1940s. Coors Brewing Company introduced a beer called Coors Light that was lighter in body and calories than this, but discontinued in World War II.
Wait, it was lighter than this?
Apparently. This shit was water.
Does it say what the alcohol content was?
It doesn't. I guess I could click on this link, but after Miller Lite was introduced in 1973, Coors Light was reintroduced in 1978. So this predates us by a decade,
couple years,
which is actually kind of surprising. Anyways, Coors Light.
Like you expected it to be out longer?
Yeah. You see all these vintage cans of shit right now, like I think
that's
Budweiser.
The Banquet, though.
Banquet does it, yeah. But
I'm curious what the age is on the Banquet.
I'll look real quick. But give you a little background on me and Todd. Shit, we probably known each other 25 years, I'd say, at least.
At least.
Yeah, 25.
25 years.
That would make us 8 years old. Yeah.
That's probably about right.
Yeah. 25 years. My God.
Back to the early days of grade school.
Oh, yeah, easy. I think our first grade we had together was probably our first time we were in the class together. Shit, probably. I don't either. But
it's like first, second, third grade.
Had to be,
something
right?
Like that.
Yeah.
I went back and looked at some old yearbook pictures of Mr. PAT.
Oh my God, boy. Yeah, your boy was getting dressed by the mom, back in the day. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. I think in third grade or fourth grade, I had a Mighty Ducks sweatsuit on. Pretty sick. Pretty sick.
I just picture one of your yearbook pictures, and it was like a button down. For whatever reason, it reminded me of like a Charlie Sheen button down.
Oh, it was definitely fourth grade. Definitely fourth grade. I know what you're talking. No. It's got to be seventh grade. Gotta be.
Might have been Shadowlon. It's probably Shadowlon.
Yeah. I remember that one. I was like, ugh. All right, banquet. Didn't become official. All right, so banquet has been around since 1937.
All right, so there we go.
Oh, yeah.
That one's been around for a minute.
Yeah. But apparently Coors was founded in 1873.
Wow.
So that's kind of crazy.
But what was their first beer then?
If they were founded in 1873. It just says Coors on this thing I'm reading. Oh, they made malted milk. They made, what the fuck? Malt extract. They made all sorts of shit back in the day. Yeah, weird.
Interesting.
But anyway, okay, getting back to this. Why is so the the idea behind BFF is you tell me why this is the beer that you chose. So let's get to it. Why is Coors Light the one?
So I've never been like a big time like craft beer drinker. Never been big into like real hoppy beers.
Yeah.
IPAs. I don't know. I mean, I know everything's an acquired taste. Remember when I first started drinking beer, probably like at your house.
I was waiting for
where I learned to drink beer. I mean, I don't know. It's just an acquired taste and just something that I never really got into. And Coors goes down easy. It's tasty. It's got some flavor. On Untapped, it's better than Bud and Budweiser. Take that, Dill.
Yeah.
Only by like a fraction of a star or whatever they use, a fraction of a hop.
Yeah. I was tripping about there's this dude I just saw posted. There is an account called WTF Untapped, and it's just like random stuff, people like weird accounts that they'll like repost or whatever. And this one dude has checked in Coors Light like 5,000 times, and it's his only and it's his only beer he's checked in. It's the same beer, nothing else. I was just like, that. You know
what they ought to do? They ought to put like a QR code on the cans. That way you can just scan it and it immediately checks in your Untapped.
I mean,
is that something? Is that already a thing?
It is a thing. It's with the barcode.
Yeah.
That's so cool. It's cool.
Well, that's why that guy's checked it in 5,000 times within the last year.
Dude, it's just kind of funny. Like you check in. All right, so if you had,
why do you go through the time of?
That's what I'm saying. Like you really are dedicated, and like so if he had 5,000, if he bought 12 packs, right? That's 416 12 packs. This dude has checked in every single beer.
Jeez,
that's a lot. That's dedication.
But man. I mean, Coors Light is just easy drinking beer, man. You know.
Yeah,
throw it down if you don't want something too heavy. I do a lot of outdoor, activities and stuff.
Yeah,
chilling around the campfire. Going to the lake. Yard work or whatever. It's nice to be able to drink something that's not so heavy, goes down easy, and then you got you got some flavor.
It does have some.
Obviously,
flavor.
It's not the only thing I drink. I mean,
no.
If I'm gonna go craft, I'm gonna have to go with a Yazoo Gerst, an amber ale.
Love that. Look at you.
That's about as craft as I go, I guess. But I do like an amber ale. If I go to Flying Saucer, or, somewhere like that. I'll look for an amber ale.
That's what I like that you'll branch out if it's not an option. That a lot of people like. I've told this story before, but I took my parents to a sushi place one time, and I know you can just imagine. I mean,
I can't see Pete at a sushi place. Period.
So Dad, he likes it, but my mom. So all right, so like we said, Todd has basically grown up in my house as well. So like as long with
hang
me and
out
Dell
on Christmas Day.
Yeah, kicking it. Yeah, like sleep on the couch. We're not even there, type of shit. And
like it's odd if I'm not there for Thanksgiving dinner.
Pretty much. Like they would probably be asked about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So I brought them to the sushi place. We used to go. They came out to LA for the Rose Bowl parade for New Year's Eve one time.
Yep.
And we have this tradition where we get sushi on New Year's Eve every year. So they were there. So we were like, you're going to go sushi with us. And we took them there. And my dad, of course, is just like, Budweiser. And to their surprise, Budweiser was not at the sushi place. Yeah.
What? You got to be kidding me, right?
No, it was all like Japanese beers and stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sake.
Yeah. So I was like, because we'd already been doing the podcast for a little while. So I was like, all right, I could probably pick one of these beers out, these Japanese beers that would be pretty close. Right?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll pick like a Kirin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I pick it, and I was like, Ma, Dad, let me order a beer for you. It's fine. They come out. I shit you not.
I can only imagine.
I shit you not. They came out with 2 glasses, like a pint glass like this, right? And 2 32-ounce bottles of Kirin. One for my small mother and one for my dad. My mom did not know what the fuck to do. And I swear to God, she ordered fried chicken at that place.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what I was about to say whenever they brought out a 32 ounces? I was thinking of Gus's getting 40s.
I know. Get some 40s. Yeah. But yeah, I was tripping. Funny. It's just that made me think of, like, I like it when somebody will get out of their comfort zone if their normal thing isn't available. And that was not the case.
It like if I'm at dinner or whatever, like depending on what we're eating, like if we're going somewhere and we're eating something a little bit nicer, like if it's burger and fries, sure, give me a Coors. Yeah. But if it's we're out to a nicer place or whatever, I'll get some craft from time to time with dinner.
Yeah, I appreciate a good cocktail with a nice dinner.
Ooh, yeah,
I'm liking that.
Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
Get a little bourbon mule going.
Ooh. I love that.
Love
that, bro. We had speaking of, have you tried the Rock's tequila yet?
Nah, I'm not a big tequila. I pretty much, as far as liquor, it's just bourbon for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what?
The Rock. I didn't even know The Rock had tequila. I knew that Justin Timberlake had some. Salsa.
Yeah, he has one. And the Rock's is Terramana, and it's legit. It's basically, the way they market it is, it's like the Tito's of tequila. So it's like good quality,
but it's not through the roof price.
Yeah. So
that's good. Even though Tito's has gone up a ton since.
It really has.
My brother used to drink it because it was cheap and good.
Mm-hmm.
And once it became like the most popular vodka on the market.
Yeah, it was a bummer. There was this dude. I was on a show back in the day, and this dude was like set on gaining, like being a bodybuilder or some shit. And like we'd always go out to this bar, or we'd be drinking at the apartment when we weren't filming. And this dude would just be like, I'm gonna bring. I'm just gonna. I can only drink Tito's because it doesn't have. There's like no fat. It's just basically grain alcohol. I was like, all right, cool. So this dude just drink fucking Tito's and soda, like a vodka soda, right? And it's like I'm talking.
Like
This
soda
man would,
water?
yeah, like a tonic water or something.
Yeah. Okay.
And he wouldn't buy like the small one. Like this man would come over with the
You buy a
glass
handle.
handle joint, yeah, and just be
I've
like,
got a
crush
handle of
it.
Tito's. I got a handle of Tito's in the house.
There you go. There you go.
My wife's Polish. We've got to have vodka in the house.
You got it. That's way
Got
too
to.
close to Russia. Way too close.
That's right.
That's basically
They
Russia.
they like their vodka.
I mean, you got to in those cold ass countries.
No.
But,
Hey, but speaking of curveball, you mentioned your dad and other beers.
Yeah. What we got here?
This beer is called Żywiec.
Is this a Polish beer?
It's a Polish beer. It's my favorite Polish beer. It's imported. My father-in-law gets it whenever some of his buddies go up to Chicago and they'll bring a bunch of food and stuff down to Tennessee. But this is my favorite Polish beer. And we actually had a keg of this at our wedding.
Oh, shit.
And your dad actually got to drink some. So this is like a heavier lager. So more similar to like, a Budweiser or, a Coors or a Banquet. It's 5.6%. So it's a little bit heavier.
Yeah. It's not bad.
But this is my go-to as far as, a Polish beer.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. Is that 12 ounce or is that bigger? Is it 16 ounce?
This is a pint.
There you go. Well, that's a big boy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if it's imperial or just regular, but anyway, doesn't matter.
I mean, there's a crown on there, so
yeah. No, I mean, well, it's like 16 or 20 ounces.
This,
I think imperial pint is just UK shit, but
I have no idea.
It doesn't matter. That's sick though.
Yeah, so my folks, or Cam's folks, they're my folks too, I guess. Decided they wanted to drive in town, come see the little man. So father-in-law shows up and brings a cooler with him. It's chock full of Polish food and a couple of these Żywiec beers for me.
And that's what's up.
Hooked it up.
That's what's up. Yeah.
You hooked it up.
My parents come in town, they just bring me yard tools and weird shit.
There you go. There you go.
Oh man. Oh, this is funny.
Yard work is upon us, and that's why
it is.
It's like perfect to have a nice light beer.
I was just about to say mine
goes down easy.
Yeah, mine is no longer blue because it's empty. But this is my
second one.
Ooh, there you go.
Now I'm over here double fisting.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what?
Yeah.
No one can double fist by himself. You know what I'm saying?
What is that one?
It's
you going with a sour?
No. Oh God.
I can't do sours. I got a buddy that does only sours.
Really?
I've tried. I've given a valiant effort. I can't do it.
Does man have taste buds anymore? Like shit.
I don't know.
Burn his whole mouth off, huh?
Dude went from drinking no beer to only sours.
That's a weird.
Like,
flex.
how is that like your intro to beer? Is
weird
sours.
Flex. Does he like lemonade and shit? Like a lot of lemonade?
I've never noticed like an odd intake of lemonade.
I'm just wondering, like, does he like sweet ass drinks? But this is a Space Pope Cigar City. This is a Florida beer.
Nice.
But I haven't had it yet.
Down in your folks' neck of the woods, down like Tampa area.
Yeah, actually, it's Tampa beer. Never tried it though. So,
well, there you go.
How much did you say that one was?
The Żywiec, 5.6.
Bro, I'm gonna show it to you on the camera, but
Was that? Oh, whoa, 7.2. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, it's a. I don't know. I saw it. There's this random.
Is that why you got it? Is because it had the highest alcohol content you've ever seen in
No,
a beer?
I like Cigar City a lot, and this dude down the street, this gas station, like they end up stocking a lot of different kinds of their beer, which is kind of cool. So I end up picking up a 6-pack if I see a new one I haven't had.
Yeah.
But I don't know that dude. I like that dude down the street. He's always trying to sell me beer too, which is like it's kind of funny for me. I like walk in and then like this dude's like,
Talking
"Hey, have
about the
you had?"
podcast?
Well, no, I haven't. I haven't told him, but I've told him like,
I just didn't know if that was the drive for him trying
no,
to sell you on all these different beers.
no. I think it's just because I go in there and I'll buy like a bunch of different kinds.
Yeah.
And like this dude's like, "Oh, if you had this one, like do you like this kind of beer?" And I'm like, "I like all the beers. Like, just I just don't want the ones you're
Bring
trying
him
to
on the
tell
show.
me."
Bring him on the show. Bring
No.
the gas station guy on the show.
No. You know what's weird? Coors Light is not as old as our parents.
Yeah,
Like
that is
it was
weird.
It was introduced during their lifetime.
But, it's cool to say that, it's like our thing. Like, it's cool. It's kind of cool to have your own thing.
That's
and,
cool.
It's nice that whenever, I go somewhere, I'm not like picking up somebody else's beer because at least down here, most everybody drinks Bud Light as far as domestics. So
there's an abundance of Bud Light.
Not too many Coors Light drinkers.
Yeah. That is kind of interesting. I never really thought about that. Like when you go to a party, you don't really see Coors Light that often. Like it's more Bud Light, or sometimes you get a Miller Light,
Well, Miller Coors, they're in the same family.
Same family, but like
same company.
I think some people like the idea of having that golden bottle, the champagne of beers.
That's right.
But I don't know.
The old High Life, Miller High Life.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got the burps from this shit. But it's almost done.
I'm a vet, dude. I've learned to contain the burps.
Have you? So speaking of my
for years. So.
Oh, I know. Speaking of my family's love for Budweiser. That's why
I'm drinking Coors Light. Coors Light. No wonder you got the koozie.
The disrespect.
Blatant disregard.
I know. Actually, I flipped this is a pint koozie. So it's designed for a pint glass.
Why is it flipped?
I'll show you.
Why is it flipped?
I was like,
we're hiding multiple
shit. I don't.
things.
I'm just blasphemous all on this shit.
We're just.
So this is a brewery out of North Carolina.
Hey, I would have just repped that. I think just rep Birdsong. That's cool.
Birdsong is sick. Like shout out Tara. She's what's up. Bert, dude, look at that logo though.
That's cool. Also, I like it. It's like super simple.
Yeah, like the geometric simpleness, like. It's really good. Also, one of the best fitting shirts I've ever received in the mail from a brewery. So
there you go.
I love a nice shirt. You know what I'm saying?
We need to go hit up some local breweries like Tailgate.
That's what's up. Yeah.
East Nashville Brewing.
I would like to hit them up. Also, I would like to go to just blanked on it. That's awesome. I'll think of
Yazoo.
it.
Jackalope.
No. Shit.
Mill Creek.
That's
my neck of the woods.
Damn, I'm gonna have to Google it. Fuck. I just blanked so hard on it. You did.
It's like the local Nashville.
It's funny because it's one of my favorite ones. Now. Southern Grist.
You have your own show.
Southern Grist. Yeah.
I don't even have a show.
I know. Southern Grist, though, that's the one.
I've never had any of theirs.
They got some weird shit. A lot of shit with lactose. Like,
what?
Oh, yeah. Lactose is a big trend in brewing right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
A lot of milkshakey type beers. It's really weird. Like some red velvet cheesecake type shit. It wasn't that bad.
So I came to Nashville, and one of the big drinks at the time when we came and visited, and we went to like some of the honky tonks, was a
Bushwhacker.
Bushwhackers.
Yeah.
Such a weird thing, man. Such a weird thing. I think I went into like winners or losers or something with my cousin and my wife, girlfriend at the time, I think.
No, you were married before you moved here.
No. This was before we moved here.
Oh, okay.
We came and visited, and we had some bushwhackers in some bar that was like packed to the gills, and we were getting bushwhackers. I'm like, this is the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like come to a Nashville like country bar, and we're drinking like freaking bushwhacker like slushy things.
Yeah, you know what? They're advertised all around like Nashville, and they're advertised here, but they're also advertised in like beach cities, which is really weird. Like I'm pretty sure I saw them advertised in Florida, like get a bushwhacker. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to get hammered at fucking 2 p.m. Like,
have you had one?
No,
they're actually not. Well, it's been. I haven't had one since I've lived here.
Yeah,
and we moved here in 2016, so it's been a minute.
I've never been in a position where I could safely have one.
Like, yeah, but like, dude, you recently went to Memphis and had a freaking Silky's bucket.
That wasn't recent. That also
relatively recent.
Yeah.
That was like
2018, just 2019,
just pre-COVID.
2019.
Like 2020 obviously doesn't count because of COVID. No. COVID washes everything. That's like a block of time that nothing happened. Yeah. So it doesn't even really count because nobody did anything.
No.
So but 2019 is last year in regards to like people doing things.
You got a point there. You know, time kind of is fucked right now.
It just stopped. You know? It just stopped.
It's we're in a weird little loop right now, a little time loop.
Yeah.
The Silky's bucket though, we were staying downtown, so I had an excuse to get faded.
That's true.
Yeah, we literally walked 100%
back. Threw up. You 100%.
No, actually didn't. That was the goal. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was the goal.
You didn't get drunk because if you get drunk after drinking one of those, you have consumed so much sugar that your body has to.
That was the case. That was the case. We drank it so heavy. It was just so much sugar. We were just like, dude, this is giving us all a headache. And then there was like 9 of us drinking out of that thing. Like the picture I've posted of it is just me, but every one of those straws had a homie on it. It was really weird, kind of gross. Yeah. Like you wouldn't do that now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but still, you can't go to Silky's and not get a bucket.
Exactly. So that was
especially if you hadn't been there within the last couple of years.
Yeah. So that was the goal though. Like you get as faded as possible on Beale, like for Drew's bachelor party. And it didn't happen. Like it literally didn't happen. We tried. Like it was, I think it might have been because the night before, like we went pretty hard in New Orleans the night before, and all of us were pretty.
It's crazy that your night before Memphis is New Orleans.
The night after was Nashville.
Yeah, we were supposed to hang out.
That
I think I flaked. I think it's me.
I think you flaked. Yeah, I was like, I totally texted you.
I'll admit that.
Okay. That was not me that time.
It was me. I was not trying to put that on you at all.
I have flaked
I'll own
quite a few times, but that was on you that time.
Yep.
Actually, only one of the homies actually came out when we got here, and it was my boy Jake, and he showed up. He closed down the skate shop, walked down to Broadway, and
which is not a very far walk.
no, not far walk at all. But he
Couple
walked down,
blocks.
and we were like, we've been drinking the whole day. So I was just like, we're here. We're at fucking wherever we were, and he was like, he got there, and he was like, how do I get in here? Like, how do I get in the place? I was like, there's an elevator. You have to take the elevator.
Where were y'all at?
Nashville Underground.
Oh yeah,
and
was pretty neat.
He took the elevator, and he's like, oh my god, like the second he stepped off, I was just like, here's a beer, let's get started. And he was,
I knew that Acme. I remember Acme having an elevator. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I've been to Underground a couple times for lunch and stuff when I used to work downtown.
It's right next door, basically, to Acme. But
yeah,
it's a lot of fun if you go on a Saturday night or Friday night or whatever the hell it was.
Oh yeah, Broadway's a good time. Anybody listening, y'all need to come to Nashville. It is a good time.
It is a good time, but I mean, have you been down there lately? People don't give a fuck. They're just going for it.
No, I have not. I have a 2-year-old son, so we don't go to Broadway.
Shout out my boy. You know what I'm saying? We were driving down there for.
Big shout out to my wife right now for putting the little man down, let me drink some beer with a friend.
Yeah, I love that. Shout out
virtual beer.
Oh, this is. I mean, this is as good as it gets.
I'm going back Poland, especially after that.
I'm going to Florida.
Shout out to my wife.
Yeah. Shout out Cam. Cam's dope. Cam sent me a video the other day, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" Like, it was your kid, and I literally said, "What is he singing?" Like, I thought he was singing something, and she goes, he's reading a book that you guys gave him. I was like, oh. Because I thought he was like legit, like just flipping through a thing, like singing a song. I was like, oh, I remember
that. Yeah, he was reading a book. I'm trying to remember what that book was. Because y'all gave him a couple books.
Yeah,
y'all gave him
a couple of Harry Potter books for sure.
You gave him two Harry Potter books. Also, and then I think this other book.
Yeah, I think books are a good present because they don't age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they'll last forever. Yeah, they'll have them forever.
Yeah, which is cool. Like,
and it's nice too. Really, like when you get that book and it's got like a little note or whatever in the front cover. Just that little reminder.
Like this is what's up.
Pretty neat. Yeah, that's
cool. That's cool. All right. Well, you got anything? We'll start. We'll chat a little bit longer, but you got anything else to say about Coors Light before we pop off of this thing?
Man,
reminiscence. Any stories you want to tell real quick? That golden.
I mean, just like pretty much anything. I don't know. I mean, if I'm drinking beer, it's pretty much Coors Light. So,
yeah.
I mean,
it is a good light beer. Honestly,
it's a good solid light beer. I mean, I'll drink other light beers. I'm not like a snob where it's like Coors Light or I'll spit it out like some of those Bud Light guys are. They're like, oh, it's not Bud Light. Get that out of here. Coors Light. I'm like, give me a Bud Light. If it's cold, I'll drink it. I just prefer, if I'm buying, I'm going to buy Coors Light. I mean, I just like the taste.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a good clean beer. I mean, nothing wrong with anybody drinking domestic.
No, I agree. I mean, technically, this is domestic. You know what I'm saying? Technically.
Yeah.
Craft domestic, but still domestic.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, I agree.
That's all I got to say about that.
I love that. All right, well,
little Forrest Gump reference. Watched Forrest Gump the other day.
Hell no. All right, well, stay on, okay, but I'm gonna close this out. So got to thank my boy, T Bagwell for coming on the show, and BFFs for real.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Pat. I appreciate it. I've been waiting on the invite.
I mean, it was inevitable.
Glad it came.
It was inevitable.
I knew it was coming. I think the BFF was like the perfect perfect opportunity. So
that beer friends forever. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Beer friends forever.
Before we pop off of this, where was your first beer? Like for real? Like when? When did you have your first beer?
First beer. So I remember going on a trip where I still didn't like beer, and I went with my sister to Pickwick Lake, and I think that I'd had beer before and didn't really like it at the time. We were drinking Southern Comfort, and
Jesus.
Yeah, because I didn't like beer. So it was
sure.
like, all right,
just like throwing up.
Let me drink like a couple of these little liquor drinks or whatever, and then I won't have to drink beer. But my first like real memory, I guess, of drinking beer and still not liking it, and like intentionally like realizing that like you have to make an effort to learn to like the beer, because obviously when you first drink it, you're not gonna like it. But I was at Pickwick Lake with my sister hanging out on a boat, and we started drinking some Coronas. And so that was like my first time that I was like drinking beer, like knowing like, all right, I need to start to like some beer. So so that was probably one of my first like real, like that was like a significant moment, because like otherwise it would have been like in a basement at your house. Which we drank plenty. We drank plenty at your house. And the beauty of your place was, your folks were cool. They were like, look, if you have one, you're staying. And like mad respect, obviously, to your dad, just for like responsible, like if you crack it, you're staying. Give me your keys. You ain't going nowhere. So obviously tons and tons of nights at your place. Too many to count. Too many memories. Too many funny memories. All for a completely different show.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably one of my first ones that jump out at me when I still didn't like beer and I was trying to drink it.
That's cool though. Shout out Jenny for that one.
That's right. What about you?
Me?
You were an infant, probably.
Yes, actually, probably a toddler.
In a bottle, drinking it Budweiser from a bottle.
My first memory of beer, like honest to God, my first memory of beer is tapping a keg at my parents' house.
Keg, that's your first beer memory.
Yeah, my first memory of beer is tapping a keg at my parents' house party. And I think it was a going away party for us from New York. So I was like 3 or 4 years old.
Holy crap.
And I was getting like $1 tip for tapping people's beer. So I was like, fuck yeah.
There you go.
I'm going to do this. But yeah, that's probably my first memory of beer in general. But my first memory of drinking beer. So I don't want to get my mom in trouble, but me and mom has some nights just watching movies with each other, kicking it, drinking a 12-pack, and I was not of age.
There's been so many times when I was not of age that I would walk in on Kathy already deep into said 12-pack.
Yeah.
Probably with Pat. And get roped into a lengthy conversation.
Yeah, mom can throw him back.
Of course,
as long as she doesn't stand up.
Pete's already asleep, and Kathy's on the couch, and she's got that look in her eye that like tells me I'm about to get pulled into a conversation here.
I'm about to tell you a 45-minute story.
She saw something on the news. Pat said something. Something happened, and me and Kathy are about to sit down on this blue couch and have a conversation.
For a long time.
And y'all would be down in the basement just like watching like skate videos or like, you know,
someone had to pay attention to it.
Playing skate. And like I'm up here talking to Kathy for half an hour. Bro. Like just listening. No, I'm not even talking. I'm listening.
I know.
I'm listening to Kathy. And y'all are down there like laughing because I'm here because I had messaged you or called you. I'm
specifically
stuck.
Laughing at this too.
I'm stuck and y'all don't come save me.
That was the funniest shit though. Like it happened to I think everybody. Like God forbid
every time.
God forbid you smoke cigarettes because like if you smoked a cigarette with my mom, it was over. You were hanging out with my mom that night. You weren't hanging out with us. Like that was. I remember.
Y'all were bros.
Oh my God.
Y'all were bros. Bros.
It was.
Hey, one quick curveball.
Yeah.
What is your worst liquor you've ever ingested?
Worst liquor?
Yes. Worst alcoholic beverage.
Dude, that's different.
Whether it be whatever.
That's a different question. Where's liquor and where's
go with that one?
Beverage?
Go with. You can do whatever you want, man. It's your show.
All right. Worst alcoholic beverage.
Because I got two memories that are jumping out like screaming.
Okay. There. All right. I have a couple of stories about it, but there's a few that pop out in my brain.
I think that we might have a similar story, but go ahead.
Are we about to talk about tarantula?
No, I don't know about tarantula.
Okay. Tarantula is a blue fucking like this blue, like electric blue liqueur you're supposed to mix with like tequila or it comes pre-mixed or something. We had that at a party one night. It was the night Brad got in trouble with Stephen Reed that night. And
I was thinking about that night.
Yeah,
before this.
That one was bad. That one was bad. But also actually like legit and I don't mean to throw this company under the bus, but there was when me and Drew were doing original Quick Sixer show. We got hammered. Somebody sent us this beer, and we decided that we were gonna drink the whole shipment of the beer, everything that came in the mail, and it was a terrible idea. So we ended up doing it, obviously, and the Drew is just gone. You know, he's not a heavy guy, so it was he got really plastered like pretty quick. And there's an episode where he was talking about how I can be convincing of things. Okay. So he was saying, if there's a thing that I want to do, I'm going to convince whoever I'm with to do it with me. And it's just going to happen. So because I want to do it. It's
always an easy sell for me because I was always just like,
you're down. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, though. In that same episode, I convinced him to buy an N64 game online. And he's never even played it before. Also, throughout the entire episode, I was convincing him that he can he's gonna have this one beer with me at the end of it. And he didn't want to have it. Like, and it was a bad idea to let him have it. But I popped this thing open. It was wax sealed, like fancy as fuck, like stout or something. And I pop it open, and it is legit fucking oil. Like the thickest, most alcoholic stout you've ever had in your whole life.
Oof.
And it was awful. Like it was, and it's the only time I've badmouthed a beer that somebody gave us for free on the show. I was like, this is shit. Like, this is really bad. And I made Drew try it, but it was.
You don't have to say it if you don't want to.
I don't remember what it was. Like
Oh, okay.
we were hammered, so I don't remember what it was. But there's there was one thing that was popping out at me that I wanted to talk about. But
There's one party that you and I and Dill were all at
yeah,
that I tasted the nastiest. It might be on even par with this other memory that I had that you weren't involved on. But it was
where?
during college,
Okay.
and I feel like we were at like a party over at Dan's or something.
Is this the night me and Dan both threw up everywhere?
I mean, that's probably
Could be. Could be.
based off of what we drank.
Okay.
Bacon vodka,
Ooh,
BAKON vodka.
I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
That might have been the night. Did we have fucking
we were shooting like
chicken pizza or something that
we were
night?
shooting cans with a BB gun in the back in like East
Huh.
Memphis. Um,
What?
yeah, and then they pulled this bacon vodka off of the top of the refrigerator, and Dan was like, "You have to try this."
I remember. That
And
was awful.
it was like the worst aftertaste that you've ever had.
Terrible.
As it's as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
And the only other thing that I can compare it to was my brother-in-law's bachelor party, which we went to Louisville, Kentucky, and we went on the Bourbon Trail.
That's
And
dope.
after that, we that night we went to a bar, and for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
somebody there prior to the bar was talking about Malort, and
I've heard of this.
it's the worst. It's the worst thing ever, but it's the most
Maybe you told me.
hilarious. Please look up Malort commercial,
Okay.
and it's the worst liqueur ever. And it's like if you took tangerine, and you took the like acidity and sour
Oh
of the
God.
tangerine and mixed it in with just like the nastiest liquor ever. That's what you get. It is gross.
Not a fan.
It is gross. But I'll send you a link to the most
All right.
hilarious commercial ever.
All right. We'll post it.
So please look up Malort, and if you can find it, I think you should try it. If you can just buy it by the shot, I wouldn't buy a bottle.
Oh, okay.
But I would try a shot of it just because it's hilariously bad.
Yeah. Oh, man,
I think bacon vodka might have been worse though.
that's fucking awful. Yeah, I remember that. This is kind of funny. That tarantula night.
Tarantula just sounds like hypnotic.
It kind of is. It's in the same aisle. But I think it's kind of funny. We had an incident that night, and one of the people involved in that incident, their sister, actually went with me to the liquor store to buy all that because she was of age, and I was not. Actually, I might have been 21 at that point. I don't know.
I
don't
know. It was there on the verge.
Yeah, I have a late birthday, so it kind of matches up. But anyway, stay on here. We'll sign off of this shit. I have to ask you about a party that I'm not sure happened, but I think is real in my brain.
All right.
Okay. Okay. I'm not talking about this fucking thing on. Anyways, I gotta thank my boy Todd Bagwell coming on the show talking about the Coors Light.
Cheers.
Shout out Todd, shout out Cam too. Shout out Gannon.
Shout out Cam, little Polish beer action.
Yeah.
Shout out Papa Joe. Hooked it up.
Papa Joe. Shout out
Father-in-law.
Papa Joe. Shout out Sadie. Shout out everybody. Shout out the whole Bagwell fam. Actually, Todd's a real one, just so you guys know. When we moved to Nashville, me and Todd weren't talking too much, and I had like almost a broke foot, and he still came through and helped us move in. So Todd, that real man. So,
there's a story. There's a story there too.
There's a deep story there. But cheers to you, homie. You're the best. Man. And this has been you boys. This is BFF. We out.